It's Monday, February the 22nd, and you're tuned in to the tniab podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show where we talk about all the cool things in the world. Yay!
Woo woo.
Yo, this week...
We tired.
We're tired, but don't worry, we're still here.
Are we?
Yeah.
Kinda?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, and we're going to jump right into it. And I'm not going to tell you what we got planned. It's all about surprises, man.
I don't know what... The gestures that Vince is doing right now are
surprises.
Freaking me out. He's just like touching his own face.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like putting hoods over his eyes. It's like I'm talking to a Sith right now.
You have entered the dark side.
Oh no. Oh no.
The darkness hour. So we're going to just jump right into it. Guess what, guys? Review time. We saw Deadpool.
Ding ding ding.
We saw Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds.
Like with him? Or he in the movie?
Might as well been with him.
Yeah,
sure.
he's with him. We and Ryan Reynolds hang out.
You know he's Canadian, right?
Yeah.
All Canadians hang out.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
There's only like 5 Canadians.
Yeah.
2 of them are us. 1 of them is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and so we were all hanging out. Watched Deadpool. We watched it on the Tuesday, on a cheap night.
Yeah.
In no IMAX, no 3D, no nothing.
Frugal AF, man.
Yeah,
frugal
man.
as.
I can't remember the last time I lined up to watch a movie.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it.
You like it.
You
didn't like rushing for your seats? Not having pre-done seating?
No. After years of working in a movie theater, no.
You just want the real booth. Like, you want all the way up there in the projecting booth. That's what you want.
Yeah, it's nice. You put on headphones.
Just chillax.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw Deadpool. The story is of a man. It's a romance.
That's what he says in the movie, but it's not.
It's a nice, cute, humble.
It's rated R.
Wholesome.
It's a hard R.
Family event.
A hard R. Very hard R.
He keeps saying he's not a superhero. It's a superhero movie. Guess what? Ryan Reynolds is a mercenary, and he falls in love with a beautiful lady played by the Morena Baccarin. And
you said she was in Firefly?
Yes, she was Inara.
Okay.
The whore from Inara.
Oh, okay.
You know? And they fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get married, and Ryan Reynolds gets cancered.
Literally everywhere. Like, he's like, you got cancer in all the places.
You have infinite terminal cancer.
You beat one? I don't know about the other one.
So, a man from the Men in Black come,
mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Yo, we can fix this." And he's like, "No, you can't fix this." Okay,
and he makes a bunch of quips.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Okay, maybe you can. Fix me." Goes to get fixed. Turns out he gets tortured, and they heal. They make him basically
super ugly.
Well, they heal him.
Yeah.
But as a side effect, he become like to awaken his mutant power of regeneration.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with the side effect of making him super ugly.
Is his only mutant power regeneration?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
But he's just like peak physical condition at all times?
At this point, every superhero is peak physical condition, master martial artist, and master gunsmith.
Okay.
Right? Well, he's a mercenary, so that's why he does that stuff.
46 confirmed kills.
It's about to be 89. Yeah. And then, after that, it becomes a tale of I need to tell the girl I'm still alive, but I can't face her with my ugly face.
Because I'm so ugly.
Because I'm so ugly. Like, that's really the story. Like,
yeah.
That's half the movie. I'm fucking ugly.
That's 80% of the movie.
You're right. Like, it's a love story. It's an insecurity tale is what it is. And guess what? I'm going to spoil it for you. He tells the girl, like, he reveals himself to the girl. And it's a cute moment. The movie's cute. That's what it is. There we go. Got it.
So Vince, what did you really think of the movie?
I thought it was funny. But I've always loved Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is good in that kind
like
of role.
he's one of my top 5 male crushes. Top 3 probably.
Ooh, wow.
And I've always liked him because he was super witty.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of an asshole.
And this movie kind of makes him, or lets him do both.
Yeah, he was kind of born to play this role.
Yeah.
Like, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of Deadpool, he made it perfect. And I loved it. Start to finish, I loved it. It's a simple movie. Like, there's not really much to go on about. I was surprised by a lot of other things. I really liked the other X-Men in it.
Colossus and
I forget.
the other girl.
Fucking Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I don't know what her name is. Yeah, I don't know what her name
Moody
is.
teenage girl who can like set things on fire.
Yeah, she had a cool name too.
Super psionic something girl.
Yeah, something like that. They were cool.
I really liked Colossus.
Yeah.
Colossus was always a great part of that movie every time he was on screen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know what else to say because it's not really a movie you can spoil, but there's nothing you can really talk about
without giving away everything that happens in the movie.
Yeah, like it's all at this point now. It's just, oh, do you remember that part? Remember that part?
Yeah.
They're all just jokes. So you kind of.
It's like, I don't know. It's like a Family Guy episode, but a movie. I felt.
I could see the comparison. Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, look at all like over like for me at least, Family Guy like overall Family Guy is a pretty mediocre show, but it has really good like certain jokes are real good. Like, real good that they transcend outside of the episode. And they kind of live on their own. Mm-hmm. And that's what, like, the Deadpool movie was to me. It was like, this is, like, a pretty mediocre movie. And, like, I liked it. It was fine. But, like, there are certain parts that stand up above the movie. And it's like, oh, remember when that thing happened? All these lines and this thing and this moment. These individual moments were really good. But overall, together, it was just, like... it was pretty average to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Sure. I don't know if I'd say average. I would say it's better than average.
But... Yeah, it's better. Okay, it's better than average. Sounds harsh.
Yeah,
it's better than average.
Like it's a good. It's a fine film.
I really like that they played into the R rating though. Like when they go R, they go hard.
Yeah, they do.
And there's just like certain sequences of just like there's like a lot of sex stuff in this movie, but like doesn't have that much. Like they don't show anything really in that,
except when Ryan gets fucked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does happen. But it's more of the violence, like showing holes in arms and like Deadpool like sawing off his hand.
Yeah.
Like there's just really gross moments.
Fucking a unicorn.
Yeah. By the end of that movie, I was kind of done. Yeah. Like I was just like, okay, let's go. Like your dirty raunchy jokes are wearing thin on me. But that movie also made me realize like I'm not the biggest fan of Deadpool.
Yeah.
It also made me wish for a Deathstroke movie. So
cool.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. But overall, it's just like
yeah, no, it was the funny, like everything that you thought this movie could be, it is. And that's it.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make it like this momentous occasion.
Yeah. But it's great. I can't wait for the second one to come out. With cables.
Yeah, they do the Ferris Bueller thing.
Yeah.
So I can see that's goddamn. It's hard not to, because everything's apart. Like everything's just like this individual sequence that I want to talk about.
Yeah. And
like, I know Vince did spoil the ending, but like that's not even the biggest part. Like you knew that was gonna happen. It's not. Yeah. It was pretty good.
It was a cool movie. It was a Deadpool
movie.
It was a Deadpool movie. In many ways, it's kind of the closest one of these superhero movies has gotten to their comic counterpart.
Yeah. I didn't know the origin of Deadpool's name.
Wade Wilson?
No, the origin of
Deadpool.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, if that's comic accurate, like that's pretty cool. And even if it's not, I really like the way that is. Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. I wish the Wolverine showed up.
He keeps making fun of him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just so many parts, like when they're at Xavier's Manor and so good.
Couldn't afford another X-Men?
Seems like the studio couldn't afford it. Oh man.
Yeah. I know.
That's good stuff.
I know. Yeah.
We gotta stop talking about this movie, or else we're just gonna spoil the whole movie.
Yeah. So there you go. See Deadpool. It's as fun as you think it would be.
But like it doesn't deliver beyond that.
Sure.
If that's for you, sure.
It's no Star Wars. That's what I'll say.
I would say I liked Star Wars better than this.
Wow, and you didn't like Star Wars.
And I thought Star Wars was whatever.
Whoa, you're crazy. All right, let's move into our picks of the week. You got picks?
I do got picks. I got 2 picks.
Tell me.
One is a quick one. It's a video everyone should watch. We watched it earlier. It's called A History of Japan. Go on YouTube and it's A History of Japan. It's just this actually historically accurate 9-minute video about the history of Japan, but it's delivered in a very humorous way. I'm not going to try and repeat jokes here because they're all like history jokes and that don't play. Just go watch it. It's just
okay. It's when Anthony says a humorous way, it's delivered in like how can I explain it? They
like an infomercial?
No. They reverse the importance of events. Like they. Oh shit! How can I say it? Like if you're telling a story, and you put zero emphasis on the climax, and you basically brush off the climax, and all your emphasis goes into the side bits. That's how it's delivered.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way of saying that.
Yeah, it's pretty dry humor.
I liked it.
No, I thought it was funny. It was funny. It's definitely funny. But yeah, it was good. It was 9 minutes long.
It's 9 minutes. It's like I don't know. I watched it a couple times already.
Wow,
I like it a lot. And then the other one is kind of a longer, more. I gotta explain it more.
Tell me.
Is The Legend of Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, this shit.
So you guys might know of Lupe Fiasco. He's a rapper. He is an artist. He's a musician.
Yeah, sure.
And he's had a pretty decently lucrative rapping career.
Yes.
And he's also a huge dork. Like he's a huge video game nerd.
Oh. Okay.
So one day, Lupe Fiasco was on Twitter and he's all like, "Yo man, I'm pretty good at Street Fighter.
Okay.
I bet I could take on Daigo.
Oof.
Daigo Umehara, the legend of Street Fighter."
You know what? I bet I could take on Daigo.
I don't know.
And I've never played Street Fighter.
You could play against him physically. I don't think you'd win.
You don't know that.
So, on Twitter, just like this blew up in like the fighting game community, and then a former employee of Mad Catz, Mark Mann, was just like, "Hey man, Mad Catz represents Daigo.
Yeah.
I bet we could pull something together."
Jeez.
So, at the Street Fighter V launch event, they had a match, a best 2 out of 3 match of Daigo Umehara versus Lupe Fiasco.
Was it best 2 out of 3?
Best 2 out of 3. And so Lupe Fiasco rolls out like wrestling intro style in a Never Be Game Over jacket from Metal Gear Solid 5 V. Sorry, not 5V. From Metal Gear Solid V. And he sits down with Daigo Umehara. And he played Ken and Daigo played Ryu, as per usual. And Lupe Fiasco took the first match.
Yeah.
He took it. And everyone's like, "What's happening? What?" And then, after a very drawn-out match to the last round, Daigo Umehara took the second match.
Okay.
In this time, the third match was halted because Lupe Fiasco asked for a new stick. Because he said, "Yo, my stick's that's why I lost. My stick's messing up. My stick's messing up, right?" And everyone's like, "Come on, get out of here, Lupe. You lost because you're not Daigo, right? Like, get out of here." And so he gets a new stick, and he goes into the third match.
Yeah.
Final round.
Yes.
Lupe Fiasco beats Daigo Umehara in Street Fighter V. And it was everyone's like, "What? What happened? Why did this happen?" So there's a bunch of rumors going around because there were a couple moments where Daigo completely like shit on him. Like he just dominated. And there were like weird instances of him like getting really even and then, "Oh, I can't let him win too much. I'm going to destroy him."
Yeah.
Right? So everyone's thinking that this is an advertising ploy, I guess, for Street Fighter V. Because if Lupe Fiasco and Daigo fight and Daigo wins, that's not news. That's not noteworthy, right? If Lupe Fiasco wins, oh shit, that's news. That's going to get published into sites everywhere. Thus, advertising Street Fighter V.
Yes.
On its launch day. And so that's kind of what I think happened. But I really want to believe that Lupe Fiasco really beat Daigo. It's kind of just a crazy story. The actual match is up on YouTube. You can look for it. Just Lupe Fiasco versus Daigo. And it's... Man.
I watched some of it. Yo. Daigo just let some of those, like...
Yeah, right?
Like those air... Like, what do you call it when they come in for, like, a jumping attack?
Cross... Or wait, just jump... like
when you jump in. When you jump in.
A jump in. You just call it a jump in.
He just let some of them slide.
Yeah, right? They just hit.
I'm like... Daigo would hit. Daigo would either counter or like
you parry it. Yeah, you do something.
But no, I'm like, he just fucking let him jump in.
So yeah, there's like certain things where it's just like, huh.
Yeah. Which is fine. I bet Daigo got paid.
Yeah, I bet he got that cash money.
Yeah.
And that's totally okay. Yeah, but it's just kind of a crazy story that now in the annals of fighting game history, rapper Lupe Fiasco has beaten Daigo Umehara in Street Fighter.
Yeah. That's a shame.
It's kind of awesome.
A shame.
It's kind of awesome.
But, let's face it, Daigo today is also to the equivalent of Michael Jordan today.
He's still pretty dominant. He's constantly top 8.
Oh, is he?
Last Evo, he got knocked out in pools, which was kind of crazy.
All right.
But in most events, he's usually top 8, top 16. It's just that he's not constantly, like, grand stage anymore.
All right, so then he's Kobe Bryant.
Okay, he's Kobe. He's Kobe.
Haha, Kobe fans.
Kobe.
Oh, Kobe! That's why he's retiring this year, guys.
True. But yeah, those are my 2 picks. Is kind of a weird week. History and fighting games.
So my picks are 2 new anime that are coming this April.
Okay. Gurren Lagann 2. Return of Kamina.
Oh, fuck.
Kamina's Revenge.
I don't want any more Gurren Lagann. It needs to just stay where it is.
Okay.
But speaking of which, my favorite studio, that's the word I was looking for.
Trigger.
Well, it was Gainax.
Okay.
But secretly, yes, it was the team in Gainax who made Gurren Lagann, who branched off to become Trigger. Mm-hmm. They made Kill la Kill. I love Kill la Kill.
Yo, Fashion Week, homie.
Yeah, man.
Fashion Week.
Man, that's the show about, like, the acceptance of fan service. Like, that's what that show's about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they did another show after that called Ninja Slayers, and who fucking cares?
I keep hearing, like, people who, like, I would actually respect their anime opinion are like, this show's not that good.
It's not.
And then, like, every single other person is, this show's amazing!
It's not. It's
okay.
not good. You know what it is? It's accurate to the manga.
There's a Ninja Slayer manga?
Yeah, okay. Or like at least the most recent variation of it. Like if you look at it, like in terms of trying to create a manga style, like it's there.
Okay.
But in terms of being a good anime, it's not.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. That's something they were hired out to do, right? Mm-hmm. Because Ninja Slayer's not their property.
They're like, Trigger seems like the Platinum Games of anime. Like people are like, oh, you're like a kind of well respected, like you have a big healthy fan following. Mm-hmm. We're gonna license a bunch of stuff to you. Just do it.
Maybe.
Is that true or
no? Because they don't really do that many licensed stuff.
Oh, okay.
They just did that one Ninja Slayer thing.
Oh, okay. From the outside looking in, like I don't really follow that stuff, so it looks like that.
No.
Okay.
But yeah. So, anyways, this spring they've announced not 1 but 2 anime they're going to be debuting.
Oh, sick.
One is called I forget.
But it's my gosh,
shit.
Vince, come on.
But it's a short.
There's an iPad right here.
It's a short, all right, and it has to deal. It's a short about a girl, just a regular chick, like a young middle schooler chick.
Oh man, really? Wow, that's so descriptive.
And I think some space dude comes and meets her, and that's all you hear. That's all you see.
Okay.
And the logo is like these cute 2 characters, a girl and a dude, on a giant space heart.
Weird.
And it's a short. I don't know what it is.
Oh, like what's that one witch one that came out?
Oh.
Is it like Academia?
No, it's cuter than that.
Okay.
It's like way.
But I mean, would it be like as long as that? Like it's a 1 episode?
No. I mean, like it's probably 12 3-minute shorts.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Like if I look it up, I'm sure I could find it. But the second one that they announced is their full anime that they're doing. Right. So their first full series since Kill la Kill. Mm-hmm. And it's called Kizunaiver.
Okay.
And the premises behind this is like it's a whole bunch of it's kids with powers and stuff and whatever. But,
yeah, man, shonen.
But the thing here is that when you're chosen for like the power that they try and create is that people are linked together.
Okay.
Like a whole group of people are linked together, and say you feel pain from something, like from an attack.
Yeah.
All that pain gets shared between you and like whoever you're connected with.
Like it gets dispersed, or everybody feels it?
Dispersed evenly.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know what else beyond that, but looking at the trailer, same art style as Kill la Kill.
Whoa.
Only people aren't naked, and it takes place in like Tokyo, or like a fake Japanese city. Sorry, not Tokyo. It doesn't take place there, but it looks really cool. I'm pretty pumped. It looks awesome. And the other one I just looked it up is Space Patrol Luluco.
Oh wow, that does sound cutesy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Space Patrol Luluco. So I'm pretty happy about these two. Yeah, I can't wait for more anime.
Anime's always good. Have you been watching Stride still?
I have.
Stride's pretty good still.
Yes. They just did their training camp.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anime's good.
It is good. I think that's my picks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to do some weeks?
Let's.
Or you want to take a break from our sponsors?
No. Let's just jump into the week.
All right.
All right.
Yo,
Tell me.
speaking of anime,
Oh yeah.
I watched some anime.
Oh, did you?
Once in a while, me and some other friends, we get together and we do an anime marathon.
Oh, what did you choose this time?
So this time we chose Space Dandy.
Interesting choice.
I watched Space Dandy previously. I talked about it on the podcast, but I only really watched like half of the first season.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was there to watch the whole first season and the first 5 episodes of the second season.
And
I really enjoy that show even more now. Because Space Dandy's weird.
yeah, that's the point, man. Boobies.
Space Dandy's very weird. There's a lot of fan service. The guy goes to boobies and stuff. But as I kept watching the show, everything is weird in its own way. So every episode is self-contained.
Yes.
Like it's a self-contained story within the episode, and ridiculous things happen. They don't care if characters die or whatever. It's like, next episode, here's all your friends again. Let's do stuff.
Yeah.
It's just an excuse to have like a crazy fun time.
It's a Looney Tune show, but anime.
Yeah, kinda, right? But whatever motif they are going for, or whatever story they are trying to tell, they put so much effort into each episode. You could believe that this whole show, this whole series has been about whatever topic they're on at this point in time.
Okay.
It's just every episode is weird in its own unique way. There's never like there's like certain constants like Dandy loves boobs and QT's the one who cleans up everything and the cat Meow is a slob and stuff. Mm-hmm. But other than like very very minimal character traits and the characters you travel with, the show is weird on its own different level in each and every episode.
Yeah.
And it keeps it very interesting.
Yeah.
So you're never just like, they're going to do this because they've done this in the past. Or they also really throw you for loops by having story points that are kind of like fake outs.
Yeah.
It's like, so here's this thing, it's going to look like we're leading in one direction, but really there's this secret like B route that you didn't see on the first time, but like we totally hinted at this B route the whole time. And now we're going B route, sucker. And yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. It wasn't
really?
Yeah, it was very surprising because when I first finished stopped watching, right, I was just kind of like, whatever, this show is just like a bunch of individual stories I don't care about. But as it kept going on in the later in the first season and especially in the second season, there was a great musical episode in the second season. It's just kind of nuts, like the effort they go through to make each episode believable. Like this series has been building up to this moment. Like a musical episode really feels of the quality of a musical series, or a comedy episode about zombies really feels like these people have been making a zombie series for a long time and they know what to do. Like the quality of each episode is through.
Are you sure they know what to do, or there's just been so many great examples?
That too. It could be. I've realized also that this show is very referential, like very heavily.
I was gonna say because that's the vibe I got from it.
Yeah, that too. There are great examples that they do riff on, like in the zombie episode. It's all making fun of John A. Romero movies, George A. Romero, George A. Romero movies, like zombie movies.
Is it
like Dawn of the Dead?
Oh yeah, I think it's George. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's a line in this where everybody becomes a zombie and they're interviewing the zombies, and they're like, "What do you do on holidays?" They're like, "We go to the mall a lot. We have this inexplicable urge to always be at the mall." And I'm like, that's pretty good. Huh. Or in one of the episodes where they go to a junk planet, remember in Cowboy Bebop, the fridge episode where there was the weird living organism?
Yeah.
Yeah, that fridge shows up in the episode, and that goop comes out of it.
Yeah.
Right, and there's a lot of like really funny references that you'll get if you pay close attention.
Yeah.
But also I think the original jokes themselves stand on their own.
That's good.
Yeah. The series is really good, and I'm gonna finish the second season.
Yeah. I always try to return to it, but I can never really invest myself into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair, but like I was just in a situation where
you had
decided, for better or worse, that is the situation that occurred.
Yeah.
It was either that or we watch Unlimited Blade Works.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't want to watch Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah.
All my friends called it Unlimited Budget Works. And I was like, oh, okay. I get it. Oh, that's the other thing about this about Space Dandy. They know when to use their animation budget. They know when it's important to have really smooth and crisp and fluid animations, and when you don't have to. Yeah. And also when to like budget out for future episodes. Like there are certain episodes that have very muted color palettes and very purposefully choppy animations. But it totally plays into the tone of that story, and it completely works. You never feel like they just cut budget here, right? But then when you get to another episode, like the musical episode, where they won't have like really fluid and crisp dance animations, like you're like, oh man, that's like the rest of this episode was kind of jokey or whatever, but these dance animations are like on point.
Yeah,
they're really smart in that sense with that stuff. And then the other thing I've been doing is I beat Wolfenstein: The New Order.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I finished Wolfenstein: The New Order. I decided to play it on like the second hardest difficulty at the get-go.
Okay.
Just because I was just like,
because you're a real gamer. Is that what it is?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Just because like lately I've been playing stuff on normal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is like I'm just kind of blowing through stuff like it's really easy. So I was just like, I'll try this new challenge, and it put up a challenge because it's a very old school style shooter. There's limited regenerating health, but you still pick up health packs. Yeah. You pick up ammo, like you have to physically pick up ammo with square.
Yes.
You don't just walk over it and get it. And I guess just to shorten, I've said a bunch about this game already, but this game is actually one of the best first-person shooters I've played in a long time.
Wow.
Very high praise. They use old school mechanics and mix it with new school storytelling and gameplay that meshes together in like this really, really cohesive experience. It's really good. Also, a story on its face about killing Nazis you don't expect to be very invested in. And I got very invested in BJ Blazkowicz and his story with his crew. What happens to them, what happens to the Nazis and stuff. It's a very fantastic story. It is just not for everybody because of the hyperviolence. Like there's a lot of torture shown. There's a lot of they show torture. Like they just straight up show torture. Huh. Yeah. And there's a bunch of other stuff, just like killings, like kind of brutal killings, and the Nazis being Nazis, like they want that perfect Aryan race, right?
Yeah.
There's like really graphic scenes of what was it? They had kidnapped. There's one scene. Slight spoilers. It's in the middle of the game. There's a scene where you have to infiltrate a prison, and so you get purposefully captured or put into this camp, pretty much, and you're going along with all the other people who got captured, who are not of like the Aryan race, or they're trying to rebel. And one of the NPC characters has a baby. and one of the Nazi leaders, who you know is kind of a prick, just picks up the baby like you would pick up like a dirty diaper, like or like garbage, like something really gross, and she picks it like and like holding it by its feet upside down, and then all you hear after the situation is like, "Please, my baby, to give it back," or whatever. She's like, "Get rid of this," and then the screen just cuts to black.
Ooh.
Right, and it's just really kind of fucked up shit that happens, but it makes what you're fighting for feel more worth it, and it makes the Nazis actually seem like this evil regime rather than just being like, hey, those guys are Nazis, they're bad, right? They actually show you that they're kind of shitty people.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with like the alternate future, the alternate 1960s where Nazis have taken over Europe and they've won, like all that kind of stuff is great. I really like it. You go to crazy places in that game, just aesthetically. Like you go to places. It's good stuff. Yeah, and also the more weapon upgrades you get, the better it is. I'll just say the only thing is that there are 2 boss fights in the game. They appear at the end of the game, and the boss fights aren't really that fun. They're easily like the weakest part of that game.
We're talking like Andrew Ryan at the end of BioShock?
No, more like it's not. It goes kinda. Okay. Yeah, it goes so far back into old school gameplay that you're like, this isn't smart or clever like the rest of the game was.
It's just
why are you making me shoot the weak points? Like shoot him in the glowy bit, and then after you shot him in the glowy bit, go underneath him and shoot more glowy bits.
Okay.
Or the final boss is just the bullet sponge. Which was really hard on the harder difficulties because he'll just 2-shot you.
Yeah.
But that's when I learned how overcharge works. So this is a cool mechanic they have in the game. When you have health packs, like you have a max health, right? And you can get stuff to increase your max health.
Yeah.
But if you are at max health, say you're at 200 health, and I pick up a health pack that has 80 health, I'll go to 280.
Yeah.
Right? But I'll slowly start decreasing in health until I reach my max.
Oh.
But the thing is, the higher you are over your max, the more damage everything you do does.
Oh.
So in the final boss fight, there's an area with a bunch of health packs. So I was just like, I timed it out so that I made a route where I picked up all the health packs in a certain order, or in like a most efficient order. And so when I got down to the boss fight, I had like 600 health. Oh. And I just shot all my most powerful weapons at it, and they were doing like quad 6 times damage.
Do numbers pop up in this game?
No.
Oh, okay.
You don't know that, but the first time I tried to fight him with regular health, I fought the boss. My longest session before dying was probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
Which is really long if you think about it.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Okay.
And then I did the overcharge run, and I beat him in like a minute.
Oh, wow.
So, the overcharge thing is a really cool mechanic. It's just you don't really get a lot of chances to use it if you are playing stealth.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also like that the game skill tree rewards you for how you play. So if you do like just running and gunning and doing whatever, it'll give you more skills to make you better at that.
Cool.
And then if you're stealth, it'll give you more skills to make you better at stealth.
Neat.
But yeah, it's really good. I really like it.
Cool.
It's like highly recommended. You can pick it up for cheap now. I'm gonna play the Old Blood, the expansion. But I'm gonna try and get through. I'm gonna try and start Final Fantasy Type 0 next.
Oh, right.
Because that one's the next on my backlog.
That's a big game.
Yeah, it is. But I finished 2 short games before it, so.
Oh, okay. That's true. Neat.
Yeah, and that's been my week. It's been kind of busy with school, so I haven't really done much.
Yes.
What about you, Vince? Tell me all about your week.
I played. So, the Division beta came out.
Oh yeah, Division. Okay, I can talk a little bit about this.
I really like that game.
The game is. You've had a lot more experience than I have in the Division beta, but that game is very fun.
I'll tell you right now. I cannot believe people have walked. I don't know why the world walked away from the cover system on shooters.
It's really fun.
I like my favorite shooter is still Gears of War 3. Like I love that game, and the Division doesn't have like the snappiest cover.
It's not like crazy. Snappy.
Like
you're not magnetizing to walls.
I know, and I fucking love that in Gears of War. It feels awesome.
Like you and Concrete are just like polar opposites.
Yeah, but the Division feels like every single they've taken all the best bits from every Tom Clancy game, and they've kind of put them together. But they've also made it so that it's very accessible. Like it doesn't feel so nuanced in like mechanics or like.
Well, that's where the Splinter Cell games got, right?
Yeah.
It also has like those kind of cover systems, but
Yeah.
like there's so many certain things you kind of have to know
Yeah.
about Sam Fisher and what he can do.
Exactly, and this game just feels very like easy to hop into. Like there's no fucking everyone go loud, silencers on. yeah, like it doesn't have that. Yeah, it's so yeah. First of all, cover system amazing. And a loot game where I can see my character 100% of the time.
I like the snapping. So like there's a thing where you get into cover, right? But I like where it's like you aim your sight to where the next cover is.
Yeah.
And then when you hold to go to the next cover, it's like a special run animation where you're still kind of ducked.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to like stealth through an area to get the best advantage, it'll still help you out there.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's good stuff. It's it takes place in New York. I don't know, some bio weapon went off. You're still in there doing
You're just chilling. You're part of the Division.
Yeah. Which is who the fuck knows what it is?
There was a trailer that came out explaining who all the factions are.
Yeah.
There's like one guy. There's a group that are a bunch of pyromaniacs, and they think the only way they can cleanse the city is to burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
There's another guy who's like he's an army general, so he's trying to make the U.S. Army again, but and then you're like this kind of like, hey man, everyone should just kind of chill and live in peace. You're like you're the neutral good party.
And you're the peacekeeper?
Yeah, you're the peacekeeper.
Oh, whatever. Yeah. So far, like in the beta, they give you 2 missions, and they just feel like kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a reason to run through certain areas and have cool fights and shootouts and stuff, and it's fun. But
the Dark Zone.
Yo, the Dark Zone.
The Dark Zone.
My friends, the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone is this cool area where it's a mix of PvE and PvP, where you don't necessarily need to fight anybody, but the whole point is in the Dark Zone, it's gated off, and you're with other people, and that's where all the nice loot is, we'll say.
Yeah.
All the high level gear. And you can get gear from finding like cargo boxes in abandoned houses and stuff, or you can fight the AI people who are spawned in there, who are like high level named AI people.
Okay.
It's like Destiny where like
they're boss characters?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not boss characters, but you know how like there's people with yellow bars and then yellow bars with names?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
So they're just rolling around and like, yo, shit, take him out. I bet you he's got some sweet loot. Totally does. And they even got the same sort of color system when you get loot, like green's common, blue's rare, and then purple, and then
legendary.
Yeah, whatever's above purple's
exotic.
Orange. I think is orange, and then white. But yeah, so they drop that stuff. And but the thing is, when you pick up the loot, you don't have it
because it's contaminated, right?
Yes,
the Dark Zone loot.
Yes, the Dark Zone loot is all contaminated, so you can't equip it immediately. But you have like this special backpack you put on that holds it. And from there, there's these things called extraction zones where you can call in a helicopter and you wait for the helicopter. It's always a minute and a half. Helicopter comes, and when the helicopter comes, you can put in your loot on the helicopter and he'll fly it out, and then it'll be in your stash at your home base.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, other people are doing the same thing. Real people. And they're just randoms. They can help you out. They can help you take out people. Conversely, they can see you have loot. And they can just fucking kill you.
So what happens when I shoot someone?
When you shoot somebody who's another person, so everybody
I see, yo man, that guy's got a backpack full of loot. I want that loot.
You immediately go rogue.
All right.
Basically, what happens when you go rogue is you get a red marker above your name and a skull and crossbones, so you're evil. You lose the ability to see every other player on your radar.
Okay.
Every other player in the vicinity gets a marker on their map saying that you're out there and we can see you.
Okay.
So basically, if it's totally pitted against you if you go rogue.
Yeah.
Because if you die, you lose experience. You de-level.
Dang.
You lose everything. Your respawn timer is doubled. If I kill you because you're the rogue, I get bonus experience plus whatever.
So say you shoot me for my loot.
Yeah.
Right? But I kill you. Do I get your loot?
If only if I was carrying something.
Oh wow, okay. So like you can go rogue and shoot this guy, and if you fail, then you also lose your loot.
If you're carrying something already,
Yeah.
yes.
Dang.
Yes.
That's rough.
But people, man, this game, fuck, it brings out the worst in gamers.
In everyone?
In everybody.
Okay.
So first of all, The Division is a game where if you're gonna play this, get a crew. Like, get a real set of people you're gonna...
At least for the Dark Zone? Or would you recommend it everything?
This definitely seems like the type of game where, like, when you want to get to the high level stuff, you're gonna probably want to play with people.
Okay.
Because I went back and did the story missions on hard mode. You can't do them solo.
Okay.
They're too tough. Or at least it'll take too much time.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
And who knows how the loot system will work out in the full game and stuff. So.
Yeah. Like, and the loot system is we all don't see each other, what each other gets. Like, it's always different.
Yeah.
Like, so if we kill the same character, sometimes I'll get something and you won't, vice versa.
Okay.
So that's how it works. But yeah, in the Dark Zone, so you'll see people rolling around and, like, it's up to 4 people in a party. And they'll be rolling around together and shit gets tense when you cross paths with somebody.
Okay.
First thing is, like, guns up and people are just, like, slowly walking past you.
Okay.
Some people won't even look at you and they'll just walk in hopes that no conflict will arise.
All right.
But it's super tense because you don't know what's going to happen. Especially when it's 2 crews who walk past each other. And
it's just a group of people on a
group of
people.
And they all have gear.
Okay.
Like, you're like, fuck, this could either A, go to horribly wrong, or we can all call in the helicopter together. Because it doesn't matter who calls the helicopter. Then once the helicopter's there, you can all extract.
Okay.
So, like, you can extract on someone else's call. But yeah, what happens is a lot of people, a lot of griefers, they just like to sit by the extraction zones, and they wait for somebody to call the helicopter who needs it.
Yeah.
And then they just kill them.
Okay.
And then they take their loot, and then the helicopter comes, and then they get it, right?
No, man, yeah, they're
simple stuff.
They're terrible.
So other people will sit there, and they will just wait for the rogue.
Oh, so
Yeah.
conversely, they're camping the campers.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yes. And the other thing too is the game has a built-in party chat when you're with your crew. But the thing with the in-game party chat is it's proximity based in the world. So if you're walking by another character, if you both have it set on, you guys could just talk to each other, even though you're not connected by any party.
But you're just close to each other.
Yeah, if I walk beside a stranger and I say hello, he can hear me. He can talk back. The fucked up part is, if you use the PlayStation 4's system level chat,
the party chat,
the real party chat,
yeah,
your in-game party chat gets muted outwards. Like, it pretends like you don't have a mic anymore. But you can still talk to your core party that you're with, which sounds super confusing.
Yeah.
But here's what happens. So I have my party. We're on PS4 chat. So in the Division, no one can hear us. We walk by other crews, but they're using Division party chat, and it's proximity based. So the minute they crossed our paths, the first thing you hear is, these guys have some sweet loot. Do you think we can take them? And I shit you not, me and TJ were like, fuck.
That's awesome.
We were like, TJ, these guys are like planning to fucking murder us.
That's cool.
Like, and it's just like, shit. You know, so TJ and Mikey went, so it was 3 of us. I usually held the rear, but I would be late. Like, I would fall into the party late because I'm off doing whatever.
Yeah.
My own
You're
shit.
Like, man, look, a squirrel.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I was shooting dogs or something. That's what I was doing. And they would be ahead. And they passed a crew first, and I could hear their chat from their mic.
Yeah.
Like, from their speakers into their mic, and then back into me.
Okay.
And so I could hear that. So I knew they were there. And then they came up to me and they saw me solo. And they're like, we got one here. How about we just take this one first? Oh, and that's the other thing. If you're in a party and one of you goes rogue, you all go rogue.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, like, you gotta be... But the best...
one question before you do
Okay.
this. When you are in a party, do other people see that you are in a party? Or it's just like, here's a group of... So if you split up, is it just like, this guy's probably by himself, but secretly, hey ho...
Yes.
We're all here.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
You don't know if they're in a party.
That's sick.
You don't know. So they saw me, right? And they're like, should we take them? And then, so the best part is, like, you also hear the internal struggle between that party too, and like two guys are like, I don't know, man. What if he's with the other guys?
Someone thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And they're like, no, man, we can take him. Listen, we can take him. So I pulled up my gun. And he's like, yo, he's aiming. And then I was backing up. He's like, yeah, back up, bitch, back up. I was like, oh fuck,
This game's awesome.
This game is rough. And I'm like, it's fucking on. And then, so he shot me first.
Okay. He's got a lot of sugar happy.
Yeah, and at this point, I could see behind them, Mikey and TJ were waiting, and I was like, "Yo, guys, come back! They're gonna fire at me. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So get ready." And they're like, "Okay." So, what happened was I ended up shooting beside him, so I wouldn't hit anything.
Yeah.
And he immediately shot back. So he went rogue first. I'm like, "That's what I needed,
Sucker."
And I have this one skill where it's pretty much just a grenade launcher.
Okay.
But it's like immediate.
Oh, the sticky grenade?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have mine set up so you get extra damage, extra power. And so I just shot at all of them at once, and then I bolted. And then Mikey and TJ came in and cleaned up.
That's sick.
And then I came back and did the rest.
That's sick.
Yo!
That's so cool!
Yeah.
That's so awesome!
So, it's some fucked up shit, man.
That sounds great.
Yeah, one time though, we were in subway systems, and like it's really crowded, right? And like lighting's dark, and there's not enough places to run. And there's one other dude in there with us, and Mikey's like, I think I've seen this guy's name before. I'm pretty sure he's been a rogue before. Like, I'm pretty sure he's here to fuck people up.
Oh wow!
And we're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I scouted on ahead to look for more loot and stuff. And Mikey's like, he fucking attacked me. And I'm like, oh shit. And I couldn't find him because of like the sewers are like a maze and shit.
Okay.
Or the subway systems are like a maze. And Mike is like, I'm down. I'm like, uh-oh.
Wait, could you not even find Mikey? Like
I couldn't find. So that's the thing. Even though your teammates are on your map, it's still tough to locate where you are.
Oh, it's not just like because you're in a party, hey, they like their name appears through walls and shit.
Like it. Not really.
Okay.
It only appears on your minimap, the general vicinity of where they are. Okay. Like, it's hard to find your friends.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. But,
that sounds like, yo, I'm gonna go by myself and the risks that entails.
So Mikey went down, I got there in time, and then revived him, and then we're like, yo, we're taking this fucker out.
Jesus.
And so the best part is, like, when you kill somebody, they go down first, and they have to, like, they're crawling, like, Gears of War style. Okay. I'm bleeding out. Yeah. And we just watched it.
You just looked at him. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's savage.
But that's what I'm saying. This game, like, you know, I've always been on the side of, like, video games do not inspire violence. Like, they do not create violent people. Mm-hmm. But video games definitely do help, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Shit.
Cultivate?
Maybe cultivate. But they definitely desensitize people to violence.
Okay.
Right? Like,
so it's not necessarily that they are more prone to be violent. No. But if they see violence, they're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That and the other thing too is this game definitely, oh man, it's kind of sad. It's like video games have trained people just to be like, listen, if it's red, you're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no questions asked. Like,
red barrels explode. Yeah, red people are bad.
Like the thing, and I totally suffer from it too. Like, I walk into the dark zone and some fight's going on, and some guy's a rogue, and I see the rogue symbol, and I'm like, I guess I should kill him. And it's
you
like,
don't have to. Right?
I'm like, I'm not part of this fight, but I should kill him, right? He's red.
He's bad.
I get bonuses for killing him, right?
That's weird.
Yeah. The other thing too is, even though you see I have loot, you don't know what I have.
So people, you have like a container. Okay.
People will kill over the dumbest shit.
I have a pair of gloves. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's gear you wear, and there's gear that's just cosmetic.
Okay.
Like...
Yeah, like I got a skull cap.
Yeah. I got a baseball cap. I got trendy parka. Okay. You know, like, it's... But it's so cool. It's the
coolest parka.
Ah, man, I hope this game is great. Because I even love the way it feels like when you're shooting, like...
There's a decent amount of kickback. It's not just like arcade shooter where you have no recoil. Yeah. Like you kind of got to be careful with where you shoot. Yeah. Body shots are always more reliable than headshots.
Yeah. Like what do you call it? I have a single shot assault rifle now.
Oh, I want that.
It's a SCAR, and TJ has the police M4.
Cool.
And so like Yo, my rifle is insane. Like it's nuts. Oh man, the other thing too is so even though it fulfills the whole like loot thing that I like, weapon mods.
Well, I thought they weren't in the demo.
No, weapon mods are there.
Are they? What's that bench then? That crafting bench?
Oh, that's if you want to create your own stuff. Like if
okay.
you have weapon parts, you can create certain
okay.
either weapons or mods.
All right.
But yeah, weapon mods exist and it's great. Oh man, putting like sniper scopes on your assault rifle.
Are there actual like sniper rifles? So what I've done is I've only found my assault rifle, an SMG, and a pistol. Like are there like shotguns? And...
Yeah,
okay.
I have a shotgun and my secondary is a sniper rifle.
Oh, okay.
So I have a.
So you're just at both extremes, but mid range you're kind of fucked. Like.
Well, but at first I had an assault rifle and a sniper rifle,
yeah.
And then I switched to my single shot assault rifle because I figured, oh, that's just as good as my sniper. And then I have a submachine gun.
Oh, okay.
Like I have a silenced MP5.
All right.
Yo, and the best thing about the silencers in this game, they do not put a penalty on range.
Oh, sick.
The only thing they do is just harder to detect.
Okay. The other question I have is for level layouts.
Yeah.
How prevalent is high ground? Because as I'm playing through this game, it's a lot of I'm on the city streets, I'm in the trenches. Is there like, can I set up like can me and my party almost set up like a checkpoint pretty much where like I'm up in a fire escape with a sniper rifle and my other two guys are just
one of the things is like there's a lot of scaffolding.
Okay.
Like construction stuff on the sides of buildings you can hang out on.
Okay.
I was chilling on top of a gas station.
Oh, cool.
Like overlooking a extraction point.
All right. Can you go prone?
No.
Oh.
You cannot.
Okay.
You cannot. But there's a lot of cover, so
right.
It's okay. Yeah. And I didn't realize that the gun that you use, like there's a perk that lets you heal.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize you can shoot that.
Oh.
So TJ's on the other side of the street and I see he's dying. I can shoot my heal thing at him.
That's cool.
And he'll get healed. And I'm like, fuck, man. Yeah, I'll say the Division seems like it could be incredible. But it also seems like the type of game, like, if you're going to go into this solo, I don't know how far you'll progress and how much fun you're going to have.
That's the thing, like, everything's better with friends. Like,
yeah.
I even enjoy my time playing Final Fantasy Explorers, a game I think is severely disappointing if I'm playing it with friends.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think it's a bit different because like it's kind of like Destiny where you actually need a crew to experience all the best content.
They're trying to go more for that MMO vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if it still supports the iPad person. Do you remember that video?
Oh yeah, there's like you could be a drone or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if it still supports that.
I think Metal Gear Solid V still supports the iPad stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could like call your friend can like call in drops for you and stuff.
Oh, all right. Yeah. But yeah, no, the Division seems pretty good. I'll probably pick it up.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
Like the beta has not deterred me from the game at all.
Yeah, it's feels like something cool. But I played a better game this week.
What?
I did.
Believe it or
not. Believe it or not, I played a better game.
I don't believe it.
Played this little game called Fire Emblem Fates.
How's your husbando simulator?
Oh man. Well, I'm playing as a guy this time.
Okay.
Because I'll play as a girl on my next run through. When I do Conquest.
So he told me the weirdest thing about this game.
Yes.
It's like the first 6 hours of either game you buy are exactly the same.
Yes.
And then when you get to the story split, if at the end of that you're like, oh, I want to be with the crew who's not the game I bought.
Yeah.
They will just pull up hey, buy the game at a discounted price.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's insane.
Insane good, insane bad.
Like, because I thought it's almost insane bad because like Pokemon Red and Blue, like I always do this. Whenever there's two different versions of the game, I always go back to Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they did that the right way.
Yeah.
Both those games by themselves are complete games.
Yeah.
And there are very minor differences.
Yeah.
This seems like a huge difference.
Yeah.
And for the fact that it's just like, I picked this one based on the box art, but now that I'm in the story, I don't like these dudes, so I want to go over here.
Mm-hmm.
I almost felt like a better way of doing that would be whatever story you pick first is the free one, no matter what game you bought. And then if you want to like, I want to do the other side, then you pay it.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it's just like, unfortunately, not knowing anything about this game, I just happen to pick the side I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I am now then you're not forced to do anything, but you're kind of inclined to be like, hey, pay this discounted price for the other story.
Mm-hmm.
I find that kind of shitty. I don't know if that bothers you at all.
No, not at all. I mean, to be honest, like my original plan was always to buy the special edition, which is both games.
It's got dual cart,
which is $100.
Dual cart,
yeah, but
$100.
but it's $100.
But dual cart,
and it's way cheaper to not just do it the way like everybody else is gonna do it.
True.
So yeah, I don't know. See, I have the opposite argument because the Pokemon Red Blue is there was no need to split this into 2 games.
Okay.
Right? To me, it's like you made minor differences so you could sell twice the amount of copies.
Okay.
Whereas this is like, you actually made 2 games, and they use the same assets, and they use maybe partially the same stories, but they are different games.
And I'll say like 6 hours in a Fire Emblem game is like not significant.
It's not 6 hours.
Yeah,
it's the first 6 missions.
Because I heard like I was hearing like 6 hours.
It's the first 6 missions.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So that doesn't sound significant at all.
It's like an hour.
Yeah. Man, that guy I was listening to must have been bad at Fire Emblem.
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah, and the first 2, 3 are like tutorial missions.
Okay, man, must have been bad at Fire Emblem.
No, that or you just can't read.
Yeah. Okay, that's you.
A lot of words in this game.
A lot of words. But yeah, so like those games are real long. So that's kind of less crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always just like, oh no, I happen to pick this one. It's like, now I gotta pay $20.
But yeah, so like in terms of like what makes these games so different, so I was trying to think really hard about what comparison I can make because it's not like they're super completely different games.
Yeah, and you also explained it on on a previous podcast before.
Yes, so. I explained the story. I think.
Yeah.
Okay. But I figured out how I could explain it. Okay, so and I'll use the Pokemon analogy. So, you know how in Pokemon Red and Blue, it doesn't matter which one you buy, you're always red. And you go through the
sometimes
journey.
You get a Scyther and sometimes you get a Pinsir.
Yes. Fire Emblem is like the Pokemon games, except, say in one, you go through the journey of red.
Yeah.
In the other one, you go through the journey as blue. Like, you are that rival who's journeying on his own thing, and he's coming back at you.
You're setting up all the ambushes.
Yes.
Okay.
So in many ways, a lot of same concepts, a lot of the same things, but he has his own story. He's living his life.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe sometimes he'll come across your path.
Like, their paths for intertwine. Okay.
But he has his own story and his own motives to fulfill. So that's what the Fire Emblem split is like.
Okay.
The way they market it, though, I don't know. It's really tough because Birthright's the one where they say, classic Fire Emblem experience. Mm-hmm. And the reality is it's not. If you want, like, classic as in, like, Nintendo, Super Nintendo era.
Like, old ass.
The one you want is Conquest.
Okay.
Which is the one that they're marketing as new. Brand new Fire Emblem.
Oh, is it classic based because of
Awakening?
Because of Awakening?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because Awakening, by introducing all those elements to make it super friendly, Awakening blew up into this huge thing. And suddenly everybody loves Fire Emblem now, right?
So, Conquest is actually classic.
In terms of its gameplay, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So Birthright is, if you loved Awakening, Birthright is the one you want. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want more of that, it's basically that. The only difference is, now that they have an easy mode, right? Mm-hmm. And then they have no permadeath mode. Yeah. They took it one step further, and they said, no weapon durability.
Oh, wow.
So your weapons never break.
You just got weapons.
You have weapons. It doesn't matter if they're rare weapons, they're always going to be working for you. Right. You don't have to worry about that. And Birthright. And the one I bought Birthright. Mm. Which doesn't matter, because I'm going to get the other ones anyway. Yeah. But Birthright is like Awakening, except it takes place in a very fantasized version of Japan and Eastern culture. Okay. So it's full of ninjas and samurai and spear warriors and whatnot.
Terracotta warriors.
Yeah, it's not about, there's no magic, there's no knights, there's nothing of that.
All right.
We have a lot of spiritual people, a lot of dancers, so like that. Okay. So if you're into that type of Japanese fantasy or lore,
seems more culture heavy.
Yeah, you'll love it. Unfortunately, I love the other end.
Oh, okay.
or it's all about magical dark medieval knights.
Okay.
But that's the one I'll play afterwards. So far, I'm loving it. It's pretty great. I didn't realize that they introduced one thing in here where in between matches you have like they really focused on the downtime.
Okay.
Like when you're not fighting. So they threw in this build your own castle mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, your army just stays there and you built up a castle, like a little. I say castle, but you know, like the Japanese castles where it's like a little village inside of wall. It's like that.
Okay.
So you built out an armory and
well, yeah, there's like the central castle, but then here's these walls protecting all of our people.
Yeah, so basically you're building all that.
Okay.
And when you build that little city, it's like you give yourself an armory, play like farming land to grow food and stuff and whatnot and whatever. And it works. It's fun. It's more Fire Emblem. Something they did in Awakening, like, and this is what Awakening really got people, I guess, would love, is the breeding your characters.
Gross.
So that you can get you can min-max the children.
Okay, they brought it back.
They brought it back, and I was wondering how they were going to do it, because in Awakening it works, because it deals with time travel.
Okay.
Right? This one does not deal with time travel at all.
Hmm.
So after you marry your kids... How can I explain it? Okay.
Mad incest.
Let's just say there's this amazing plot device that they have that just... when I read it, I was like, no fucking way.
Okay.
This can't be right.
Is this spoilers, or can you say it?
It is spoilers. It's not like super spoilers.
Okay, maybe tell me after the podcast.
Well, let's just say if you like Dragon Ball Z, you'll probably know what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll probably be able to figure it out.
All right.
Seriously, it's just like, they might as well have just wrote, we know you guys like that Awakening plot device or that plot gimmick, so here it is again, but we have no real excuse this time. Go. They might as well just wrote that. But yeah. But it's really fun. I'm digging it.
Sounds like you're enjoying it. So.
I love it. It's they removed petting, so I can't pet.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, does that affect you, if at all? Like the removal of petting?
Not really.
No. Okay.
Basically, it goes to the screen where you should be petting them. He just acts as if I did the maximum petting anyway, and she does the reaction.
Oh.
And she'll be like, I know this is a strange request, but can you please kiss me?
Oh, so it's just automatic instead of you physically
having to do it.
Oh, so that's weird.
So now they'll just like you'll go. It's called bonding time.
Yeah.
And they'll just come in and they'll just immediately give you the love quote, like of whatever you want. Which is weird though, because there is one moment where I married a girl.
Yeah. And
I came back to her and it said wake her up because she was sleeping.
Okay.
I'm like, what the fuck, wake her up? And I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And I didn't get that you're supposed to rub the screen. Like, she's sleeping with her eyes closed. You're supposed to rub her face or something.
So there's still...
Yes! So there's still...
It's still in there?
Yeah!
This is extra weird now. Because it's like, I thought they were going to take out the whole mechanic.
No.
But it's just like, no, the mechanic's now automatic.
Yeah.
It felt like it was more effort to not have it than to just leave it and put it in.
I think they just took out... Instead of having to do it all the time now, it's just like these specialized moments now.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's a weird localization choice.
I mean, so really, I don't think it changes at all from the Japanese one, though, because you still get everything you're supposed to get.
Yeah, right?
And if you want to, like, when she's giving me the love code, I could be touching the screen.
There's a great article on Giant Bomb right now, because they're having guest authors now.
Yeah.
And guest article writers, and this, I forget her name. It's unfortunate. But she talks about skinship in video games.
Yeah.
And, like that kind of stuff. It's a really good read.
Interesting.
I like it. But it just made me think of that. Like,
yeah.
Of the whole, why would they take it out if they're just going to keep it in? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah. Like, the majority of it is there. But, yeah, no. I'm really into this game. Really into it. I have a feeling I'm going to like the other version better, though. Like,
You're going to come back, like, 2-3 weeks from now, and you're going to be like, Anthony, oh my god.
Yeah.
After you've played both versions enough, I really want to know what version you think would be better for someone just getting into Fire Emblem.
Oh, Birthright.
Birthright, you really, even though...
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen people... A lot of... Okay, so when I went to go buy this game,
Yeah.
a lot of the people... Because I went looking for the special edition first.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, oh, we don't have it, but which version do you want? Conquest or Birthright? I'm like,
Yeah.
well, they're like, go with Conquest. That's the one you really want. And I'm like, why are people all trying to sell me on Conquest? I don't know. But,
Weird. I don't like it when people do that. Like, gaming store employees do
Yeah.
that. They're like, hey, man, why are you buying this? And I was like, well, I'm buying it because I want it. Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
You're not going to sway me.
yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Like, just because you work at a game store doesn't mean you are the end-all be-all. But...
All right. Want to hear my story on trying to get the special edition?
Okay. No, I want to know because this involves a game store, and I need to know.
Okay. So, I got up early, whatever, and I went to a couple stores, and I'm like, like near us, and I was like, they don't have it, and they don't. I called one store, one EB Games, the one by Walmart over in Stony Creek on the mountain.
Okay, all right. Well,
Hello.
That's far.
That's far.
That's
across the city.
Yeah.
That's like 25 minutes from
Yeah.
me. Hi, do you have any copies of Fire Emblem Special Edition? Yeah, we do. We have 3. I'm like, great. Do you think you could hold one for me? No, they're for walk-ins only. I'm like, okay, but I'm driving right now. Like, would it at all be possible? Listen, buddy, it's walk-in only. That's the rule.
I'm gonna walk in though.
I'm like, yeah, and I'm gonna walk in soon. He's like, it's the rule. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I live on the other side of the city. Do you think it'll be there? Like, is it worth me driving over? He's like, listen, I got 3 copies.
What a dick.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll be there. So I drive over.
It's a long drive.
You guys already know by now that I don't have it. So, because I told you I bought Birthright, the digital edition. So I get there, and I see an older lady walk out with a copy of Fire Emblem.
The special edition?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And her friend says, I cannot believe you got the last one.
Whoa, no.
But I'm there, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to make the most out of this situation that I can. Because that guy was a dick.
All right.
Oh, that's the other thing. He called me dude over the phone. And I was like, I don't know why that set me off. I'm like, he's like, listen, dude, it's the policy. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm older now and I work with a lot more in a more professional scene, and you don't.
Okay, like I've also worked retail.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't call someone dude.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? But I knew. So, anyways, I knew it wasn't there. But I walked in anyway, and I looked at the guy, and he was doing whatever, and he was an older dude or older guy. I don't know, maybe like mid-30s.
All right.
Facial piercings, whatever.
Right.
No hair. I don't know. Not that I'm judging, just trying to paint a picture.
Here's a picture.
Yeah. That's what he looked like. And I'm like, maybe that explains the whole dude. But still, whatever. I'm a customer. You are the employee. So I walk up to him and say, hey, I called you earlier. Do you have that Fire Emblem special? He's like, oh, we don't. Sorry. And I'm like, that's okay. There's something else you can help me out with. And he's like, really? What do you need? I'm like, can you just give me your employee number? And then I looked at his name tag.
Yeah.
John. He's like, excuse me? I'm like, your employee number. I would love to just report on your behalf. And he was looking at me. He's like, and his manager was like beside him.
Yeah.
And not beside him, but like he was sorting some games or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, excuse me, sir. Like, is there a problem here? I'm like, yes, I would just like to get the
employee information.
It's employee information because I want to make a comment on his service. And then the manager's trying to calm me down, like, oh, I don't need to do this. I'm like, you know what? While we're at it, can I get yours as well? And while we're still here, can I get the branch number? Just so I'm extra specific.
All right.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm like, listen, I'm just a customer, and I just want to comment on the quality of service I've received. So can I not get this information or not? Because either way, that comment's going out. So
yeah.
And so they ended up giving it to me. And I didn't file anything, but
Okay.
I was just like,
oh, that's even better.
yeah, I didn't.
That's even
because then you have to
better.
go through all the work, right?
That's even.
I didn't file any shit.
Oh, they're waiting.
Yeah,
They're waiting.
So now they're just like with bated breath. I was like, now you live life on the edge, but then after that I'm like, okay, I feel better. and then I went home. I'm like, I'm gonna download Fire Emblem.
You're a bad person, and I like it.
I know. I know.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but that was my Fire Emblem story.
Oh man, I wonder how like the manager-employee relationship now is for those two people.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Listen, dude. Now I know never to call you dude.
You're only if you are the employee.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. You come to my store for services. I'm like, it's Vince. Hey, dude. It's like, oh, fucking motherfucker.
You know what? I actually don't mind, but it's just the tone he said it to me in. He was like,
no, tone's everything.
Yeah. So, like, but if you, like, I get it. Like, I know for a lot of people it bugs them too when you, like, go to, say, McDonald's and the teenager's like, okay, boss. And some people are like, I'm not your boss. Don't call me boss.
Don't call me boss.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind, but, like, if you're going to give me attitude, like, and then throw that in, I don't know. I guess it'll just set me off.
No, tone's everything. If he was like, sorry, dude, like...
Yeah. If he said it like that, I think
sorry, dude, like, we can't, like, whatever.
I'd been like, whatever.
And you'd be like, okay. But he's just like, listen, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he was a Disgaea Prinny.
Yeah.
DOOD.
But there you have it. That was my eventful week.
Sounds fun.
You know, it's another week. Here or there.
And Matt, guess what? We'll be back next week.
Oh, we will.
And the week after that? I don't know about the week after that.
Oh.
We'll see, though.
Before we go, I have to say, I got wireless headphones.
Oh, nice.
My life has been changed.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Like wireless earbuds, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
My life changing. Like, I hear things in a new light.
in a blue light.
Oh,
in a blue
my
tooth
goodness. Light. I don't know if you have this problem, but I always have my headphones in.
Okay.
When I'm in my kitchen, whatever, like I'm making coffee or I'm making a meal, every time, like I like to brush up against the counters and stuff.
Okay.
I guess naturally, and the wire always gets caught in the knobs.
Yeah.
And then like
it just yanks.
It yanks everything out.
So that's extra bad for me.
Yeah.
Because I wear on-ear headphones.
Oh, it must pull out your entire
head. So it pulls out my entire head.
Yeah.
And also, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, the wire. Oh, okay, it's fine.
Never had that problem anymore, man. It's gone. Like, shit. It's gone.
That's pretty cool.
But the biggest advantage now is I bought these for like cycling.
Yeah.
I went cycling this week. And usually how I have cycling is I have my phone mounted onto my handlebar and then there's a wire coming out for my headphones. The thing is, because of that sort of setup, I'm restricted on head movement.
Because your wire is going to do something.
So it always creates a lot of problems when I'm checking for cars and stuff around me.
Do you not put your wire like under your shirt?
While I'm biking?
Yeah.
No, because the wire's not long enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only long.
Oh, is it on your phone? Like,
Yeah.
is your phone on your bike?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like it's mounted onto the top of the handlebar.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like in a pocket or something.
No, because it would never sit in a pocket.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's just there. But and the other thing too is like if I would pull too far because it's connected to the phone, then it'll pull the bar and then I'll turn and whatever. Okay. So it's wireless now.
You're just getting most efficient turning.
Man, I can look everywhere.
I can turn my head.
I can let go of the handlebars, lean back, take a good view of my surroundings, and be like, all right.
And then be like, oh shit, a parked car.
Yeah. Oh man, my life has been changed. You know what else I can do?
What?
I can leave my phone charging in my bedroom
and listen to music.
And I can
really go that far.
I can run around my house and do shit.
Like it goes through floors.
Yeah, I was doing my laundry. I'm like, I don't need to bring my phone with me.
Wow. So like I have like one of those iPod dock stereos. Yeah. That's even better connection quality than that stereo because if I go up or down a floor, the remote that's for that stereo like loses connection.
Oh really?
Yeah. So those are really good then.
Yeah, it's insane. I was just like, holy shit, my life has been changed.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. But there you go, my short little story. Do you have any short stories you want to share? Feel free. I'm all ears.
Nothing that interesting.
Okay.
Like, it'd just be school stories.
Okay. You don't got a Fire Emblem story of your own?
I don't have a Fire Emblem story of my own. No.
Or some bad gaming practice stories, no?
I have bad gaming practices, but those are all personal.
Okay.
Like, man, listen, look at all this money I spent. Oh, I could tell. Oh, I got lucky today.
You certainly did.
I got lucky.
Certainly did.
I'm not going to name the store because if they fix it, I'm going to be pissed.
And if they listen to this,
yeah. So I was in a store in the city. Let's just say that.
Wow.
And I was buying some games. So I went to go buy, like, I bought some 2 PS2 games. Like, one game I've been eyeing for a while. Yeah. And, like, I know no one's going to buy it, so it's going to be there.
Yeah.
And another one because I got my import Japanese PS2.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, man, I'm going to check out the import section.
Yeah.
So I go to the import section, I get Arcana Hearts 2, because that's the only one that hasn't been released here. I was like, I'll like, sort out the collection, right? I'll get the third one. So I go to the register, and Arcana Hearts 2 is $20. And the other game I want, Outrun Coast to Coast 2006, is $30.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like $50. I get to the register, talking to the cashier. She's like, oh, Arcana Hearts, this looks cool. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fun. Like, if you want all girl cast, blah, blah, blah. So while we're talking, she's just ringing things through, right? She's not really looking. Mm-hmm. And then I hear the total, and she's like, all right, that'll be like 30, 34 or something. And I'm like, what? Sure, right? In my head, like, I had the process of like, shut up, Anthony. Okay, yeah, no, all right, no problem. And I paid for it. So I checked the receipt, and the import game rang through as $0.
Man.
And I was like, boom! Value Town!
Wow.
And I felt like a thief.
Yeah.
Felt like a thief.
And then immediately you told me, like, I should have got another game.
I should have got another one.
And I told him, no! You don't press your luck like that. Because then you would end up paying like $100.
True. But man, felt good. Free games.
Yes. I mean, some may say, well, hey, you paid as much as it's worth.
$0?
But
I technically paid 1 penny.
Again, maybe you overpaid.
Overpaid.
I don't know.
All right.
But good for you.
Felt good.
Good for you.
Felt good.
If you guys have stories like this to share,
oh yeah, I want to hear other people's crazy stories.
Just random shit. At this point, you know what? Tell us a story. We'll read it on the air.
If it's age appropriate, maybe. Like, if it's not going to get kicked off of iTunes.
That's true. Then we'll read on the air. So send them in, and we look forward to hearing from you. Anyways, that's it from us. It's been another week of 3 Nerds in the Basement.
Yeah. We're still thinking of what type of club to do.
Yeah, we are.
We'll see.
We don't know yet.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week then.
Peace out.
Bye.